That's better. Yeah. Let's get it.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of
Alright, let's get it.
Smash
Shut up.
Ultimate from Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide.
Oh my god, this nigga kept it.
And other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy. Which
Bro,
means
what?
other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast. So, it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time.
Not
I think
even-
many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, "Wow, really?"
What the fuck?
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information. However, even if you say, "That's not the character I was picturing," I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Yo, what the fuck?
Once
Even
you
this.
I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
Yo. I'm gonna show it one more time. Oh, it's a Fire Emblem character? Is it a Fire Emblem character?
The time has finally come.
Is it a fucking-
to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharat upon our enemies?
Bro, is this another Fire Emblem character, dog?
What were you thinking,
it's a Fire
charging
Emblem
right into an
character.
enemy's trap? As you and I are one,
Heard.
I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be.
Another Fire Emblem character.
Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet, there is no other choice.
Another Fire Emblem character.
You must join Smash.
What?
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
And everybody, you knew it was coming. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Smash consumes even the darkness itself.
And watch, he's dope, bro. These Fire Emblem characters, more Fire Emblem characters than Pokemon. Holy shit, that's hard. I like that. Oh shit, okay. What the fuck?
So you return, and sooner than expected.
And got blue.
See? Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Female? Okay, just like every Fire Emblem
So
character.
that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
It's... Oh, wait. Yeah. So, it... What?
How is this?
What the fuck? What? What?
Oh,
I don't understand.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
What the fuck?
With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
More reach than...
Use Amir's overwhelming power.
Oh my god.
Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught. Along with the sword of the creator. Each
What the-
weapon matches a direction.
What the fuck? I don't understand. I'm trying to...
And mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed.
I don't...
Through Smash, show the world.
I knew it was another Fire Emblem character. We all knew this. We all knew it was coming, Sakurai. This nigga bullshit.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle.
Man, I'm not even mad.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new.
I said it was going to be a game that just recently dropped.
Smash Brothers Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass.
It's not bad.
It will also be available for purchase individually.
On the 28th?
In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
Damn it.
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful.
Wow.
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical.
But who expected
it's
this though?
tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game. Or in other words,
Damn.
a game in which you advance units.
This is
across the
reaching,
grid.
dog. Like, another one, bro? I ain't bet you. I still gonna
When
get
we
his
talk
ass.
about tactical games of that era,
And
there
if it's
were lots
good,
of
then
ones
that's
in
a
which
Fire
you
Emblem
command
character I'm
tanks,
about to be
aircraft,
playing.
and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes.
Nah, they're dead.
But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
What?
Recent entries in the series
I was
maintain
gonna
this
say,
concept
I
of
thought he was going to be like,
some
yeah,
games
when he's dead, you can never use him
but a lot of
again.
games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak.
No,
In the older
fucking
games,
running,
your
nigga.
units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary.
Damn.
The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters
Damn.
and engrossing
There's
scenarios.
another Fire Emblem character, huh? I don't even know how to think on that. I don't.
Several
know how to
characters
think.
also appear in the Super
Not
Smash
mad,
Brothers
but
series.
damn, like-
6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game.
So they
First
have
comes your opponent.
counterattacks. That
They
makes sense.
attack and you counter. Next comes your turn.
Okay.
And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
God damn, bro. 17.
People who aren't
Sound-
Japanese in particular,
Sounding a lot like motherfucking.
17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire
Damn.
Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games.
Including
Let's try
spin-offs.
saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
Oh my God. Your boy's not even. Your boy's not even. He's not even translating anymore.
There you go, 17.
This nigga did
So you
this.
saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary. This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1. And then you get 2. Then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
How you doing?
What
And
the
then you
hell?
get 16.
As we begin,
Add 1 and
Fuck
you get
up.
17. Awesome, isn't it?
The hell was that shit?
You can actually count up to 31 in one hand.
I'm like,
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
what is this? Bro, am I learning math?
If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
What the hell?
What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of three.
I heard 3 houses is really, really fucking good.
Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you.
Damn.
To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
The music
And
in
of
the
course,
background is
there
hype
weren't
as
any
hell.
walkthroughs I could reference. The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story.
Okay.
I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand.
He said,
Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did
know,
the Terry
this-
Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release.
God
Right
damn.
now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to
This
show
nigga
you
just
is
trolled.
finished.
Yes, exactly.
As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes.
Like, yeah, it's another fucking Fire Emblem character. Like, the thing is, if it's hardcore, I'll play it because I don't have a Fire Emblem character that I like. But it's still, like, what the fuck? Another one, my nigga?
So this is our new fighter, Byleth.
Music, though.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are
Okay.
not their strong point either.
Alright.
Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that their distance demon.
Corey.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay.
They look like bones, and there's a reason for that.
Alright.
First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs.
This
The
nigga
Sword of
started
the
playing
Creator.
music.
The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
Okay. So it's a sword and a whip. That's okay, I
They
guess. That's
also
cool.
use the sword for dash attacks and other moves.
Obvious.
For their up smash attack,
That's
they'll
hard.
whip the sword
I
upward
like
to
that.
launch enemies in the air. For their
I'm
up
gonna
air
try to warm up to the character.
they'll wave the whip sword overhead.
Okay, so it's like Simon shit.
The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
The hell?
The up special move is really
It's an
something.
anti-air
The
then.
sword extends like this, allowing you to do
Oh
things like
shit,
this.
that's the up B. Yo, that was actually pretty
It was
fucking
pretty
clean.
terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
Yo, it's a
do
fucking
awful
up B.
things like this. That said,
What the
you
hell?
launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Yeah, still, yeah, same. Kid looked clean, but I'm still pissed.
Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge.
Okay,
I've
he
already
has a
shown
tether.
this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges.
Okay, so that's
So
a tether.
that's the up special. Now, for the sideways inputs.
Okay.
This is Erdfar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
Okay.
First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks.
Oh
As you
shit.
can see, they have a long reach.
Oh, so when
Like
he
so.
uses the up one, it just uses the whip. When he uses the side
Mark's air
specials,
attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it.
all right. So he got range with
Next,
the fucking
the side
side.
smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
God damn! You can't play safe at that. You're gonna have to learn
Also,
the jump.
if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger.
Huh?
And if you've knocked an opponent down,
Huh?
the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
What? That's wild.
By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful.
Yeah, the music's about to be lit.
The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage.
Okay,
and it
so-
won't launch opponents far.
Okay, that makes sense. It has to
That's
be
why,
at
as a
its
rule,
range.
You want to hit with the blade part aimed up.
At the distance, just like Marth, you have to hit with the
downward.
tippers. Alright, that makes sense.
Next, the side special move.
Oh, shit.
Byleth will
That's
simply
gotta be a
swing the
launch,
lance like
man.
this.
It's gotta launch.
But again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this
Come on.
distance, it'll still hit.
Bro, what the fuck, bro? God damn, nigga was across the map.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
What? A
But as
smash?
you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you shield that, that's punishable by law.
Use it in midair, and you'll carve up a large area.
But Terry was more hype. Yeah, no, Terry was hype as fuck. It's only because this is a
Earlier,
fucking
they
Fire
had
Emblem
great
character.
horizontal
Nobody
reach, but
expected
they
it,
lack
man.
verticality.
It's a Fire Emblem character, dog. Like, we should have
So,
fucking
this
known. We should have been honest.
Although you'll be vulnerable
Honest, it
when
should
you
have been.
land.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's not good.
Now, for the downward inputs.
I fucking
For these,
love it.
by the
Oh
thumb
my
is an
god,
axe
the
with a
hammer.
wheel.
Hold on, where's my headphone jack?
It's named after a weapon that appears in
Oh my
Yu-Gi-Oh!
gosh, we should have known this was coming.
First,
But
the
to be
downward
honest,
attack.
I'm kind of hyped.
It really is strong.
Like, bro, it's kind
You
of
can try
lit.
for a meteor effect with this
shit.
attack.
Hammer
Next
spikes.
is the down smash attack.
Her. Hammer
Heavy
spikes
swing
hurt.
of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
But it has some in lag, that bitch, too.
And for the down special, Byleth channels all
Damn.
the energy into a devastating strike.
That's like
It's a whole
Hatchet,
move,
man.
Similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Okay.
which allows you to withstand an attack.
One attack.
Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
He will win out on a Falcon Punch?
it's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage,
Oh my god.
unless you get grabbed.
Oh no, that's ballsy as fuck.
Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms
That's
like
wild.
this to reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise
Nice
attack.
surprising. Okay, I see that.
Also, you can turn around during the move.
That's okay. I
The
like that
swing
too.
takes a while. So if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction.
Yeah, exactly. This nigga beats out a
Even
Falcon
though it can
Punch.
be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a
God
group of
damn.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
Bro, that's AoE. What the fuck?
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
What the fuck, bro? That nigga was at
Earlier, I
16% flew
talked
that
a little
hard.
bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves.
From a fucking AoE.
I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Oh, they'll fuck
It
your
hits
shit
with
up.
that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks. And
Yeah,
using
they'll
easily
fuck your shit
anticipated
up.
attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter.
Bro, blow your shit up.
Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares
Okay,
its
so
name
this is
with
neutral
the bow
move.
from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This
Neutral
attack
air?
is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around.
Okay. But it took you forever to hit his ass, so
It's
nobody's
also
using
easy to create certain combos with it.
it. Right? Right?
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow.
Can't be countered.
First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's
Okay.
is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed.
High speed, okay.
It's also very powerful.
Alright.
That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button.
That makes sense. That's hard.
You can also change direction while in the stance.
So it's like pitch.
It works up until this point,
Kinda.
but
Kinda.
if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
Oh my god. What the
You can
fuck?
perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire.
29 damage.
But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For
What?
one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. You don't want to get that bitch reflected.
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do
Won't-
anything.
Yeah. Okay, so you're
Which
vulnerable.
means
Okay,
it's quite the
that
risky
balances
attack
it
to
out.
use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always
Alright, but
just
he has a
use it
lot of
as
in
it
lag.
is after
A
all,
hell of a lot of
move,
in lag and startup lag with
letting you
everything.
deal a sudden blow to
So
opponents.
being ready for anything
So
is gonna be
you need
like.
to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original
Progenitor
game,
God,
there's a
my
move called
nigga?
Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
Progenitor God, my nigga. Progenitor God, my nigga.
As
Really?
you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
What? My God. Okay.
Now, let's talk about the color variations.
Oh yeah,
It's set
I
up so
see,
that
I
the
see
default
some
and
thighs.
odd-numbered color variations are
Shit.
male, while the even-numbered ones are female.
I'm gonna be honest.
However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are,
Shit.
as you can see, reminiscent
Shit.
of the house leaders.
Shit.
Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
Shit.
The sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier.
Oh my
And the
God.
seventh and eighth variations have a different hair
The
color,
le-
which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
God. She's so bad though, low key. I would smash.
Next, I'll introduce the stage.
Okay.
For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how Garreg Mach Monastery
This
is laid
music
out in
low-key
the
hype,
original
though.
game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall,
Oh, so it
Bridge.
moves.
and cathedral all in one stage.
That's cool. That's cool as hell. I like moving
It's
stages.
the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four.
I like it.
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is
See
where
the
a lot
homie
of
sitting
people
in the
come to
back.
do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and
Can't
Ingrid.
wait to play on Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem
Dimitri,
maps, man. They're really good.
Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say.
Dimitri
They're largely
Dudu,
from the
man.
Holy
His
Kingdom
name is
of Fargus.
Dudu, bro.
Since it's a kingdom,
You're
that means
disgusted.
it's not a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye.
Dudu.
He's an unfortunate one, that one.
Dudu.
There are vendors on either side.
You
In
can't
the
buy
original
shit.
game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things. But
No.
here you can break them, you see.
Yeah, I see the outer bounds over there.
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
That's actually pretty cool.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now.
These niggas.
And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up
Okay.
talking to him a lot.
Hey man, how's it
Moving
going?
through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious
Yo!
platform. Just when
Whoa!
it seems like you've come to a stop,
That's
you'll
hard.
come crashing back down.
I like
You've
that.
broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building.
I like that.
And the guests in the reception
the
hall
bad
are
bitches.
Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take
Yo.
note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adressian
She
Empire.
bad. Addressy.
And
You
as
can
such,
take that
they embrace
addressy
their
off.
military might.
Shit.
Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
Oh, okay, so the whole stage in general has like
However,
a whole...
Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though.
So how the fuck did he get up there? Oh, he must have footstooled.
It's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go.
Ah, that's how he did it.
And you can knock it
Okay.
down. Also, you can break this table. Like so. Just like the
Or
song
it's
that
like
reads
a
Food and Color in
soundboard
the
where they
Suzuki
press it
Castle
and it's just
stage.
niggas
It
laughing
can break
and
if you
shit.
launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
That's hard. God damn. It's like once you
It's
get
similar
there, bro,
to
you
the
got
bridge
all
of
the
Elden Stage.
room to swab.
The guests are from the
Woo,
Golden
she
Deer,
bad.
Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence.
Hilda.
They belong
Hilda
to
can
the
get
Leicester
Hilda.
Alliance.
Yeah, the day.
Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
Yo, Claude looks dope in the motherfucker. Like, bro, I'll
Incidentally,
fuck your shit up.
both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the
What's that, bro?
fourth title in the Fire Emblem series.
Yeah, bro, I'll
I
fuck-
guess once
I'll
you've
fuck your
reached the
shit up.
17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training.
In the
As for
background,
the bridge's
that's cool.
design, it's just a long pathway, plain and
That's it.
simple.
That's pretty cool.
You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen.
That's hard as fuck, okay. Oh my god.
You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
Okay, but this nigga does not have a counter though, so that's different, I guess. Kind of like Robin type shit, but like a melee Robin
The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms.
with the
you can pass
platform.
through.
This is the pure swab
The guests
session.
in the cathedral are Sedith, Flayn, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flayn. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Nigga,
All three
please.
have character quirks
I can't see
related
her
to their
ass
true
fighting at all.
identities.
Shit.
I feel that Flame might be saying shush
11.
at this point, so I'll leave it at that.
11 fucking Fire Emblem characters.
This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged.
This is where the swab session will
It'll
be
cycle
going.
through each location.
When it
about
gets
2
there,
times.
you're like, it's one of those. It's one of those you each reach up and throw a fucking punch, dog. That's how that goes.
Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
Oh my god.
That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker!
What? What the fuck, yo?
And Hero!
This nigga's reaching.
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically,
He
I'm
didn't
trying
yell
to defeat
Terry,
all
dog.
5 opponents with
Mad
just
as
one
hell.
here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on.
Okay.
It's not going to land that
This
easily.
nigga is for real, dog. Banjo.
This is bad.
Dude.
Bennigan's. I better keep my distance.
Yo,
I'll
it
use this chance to attack.
kill the.
That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here.
Not no more. Yo, I like how he knows his own game. Like, yeah. I made them godlike when they first
Perfect shield
respawn.
of that, huh? Good one.
Oh shit.
Like this,
Alright.
like this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There.
Oh, shit.
The soccer ball
Okay.
connected.
Yo, this nigga looks like he might be hard. Fire Emblem, yeah, but still.
Good. There's mom.
There's mom. This nigga
Really
is
good spot,
on a
Mom.
hard reach.
Ah, I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
This nigga is like for real though.
I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball. See? They got it.
You're about to get your shit wrecked. Look at that, he
Mustn't
about to start
give up.
dodging like a bitch now.
I can't waste this chance.
What the fuck? Yo,
The Smash Ball. Yes, got it.
what?
Now. What are you charging up for?
What?
There's still more. Whack.
What the? My homie's texting me right now, dog.
But it's mine.
No,
Although
bro.
I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using
Later,
magic
bitch.
to
That's
defeat
what
him,
you said.
but what
Later,
matters is that I
bitch.
won. Good game.
Bro.
It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of
What the
challenges on yourself.
fuck?
The end. Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added.
Yo, where's the one? I think it's Heaven and Earth. That's the one.
This
That's the
includes
best
an
song.
arrangement of the main theme
That's
in
why
both
I don't be
Japanese
using all the
and
time.
English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
Okay.
Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is
Okay,
designed to
excellent.
let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The
I need
final
this man
battle
to
is
like
against Master Hand and Crazy Hand,
Atlas.
but you'll
songs
find
and
that something
characters.
pretty amusing happens, so look forward
You're
to
not
it.
lying. I hate how Final Fantasy only got a little bit. They know
Now
I
for the
don't
new
work
fighter
today, by the way.
costumes. Please take a look.
Here we go. What we gonna get one for every house? What? Altair? Wait, from from Assassin's Creed? Alright, this is a hard reach. This is a hard ass reach. This is a hard ass reach. This is a hard ass reach. Yeah. Oh, the good one? Oh, never mind. It's the pussy looking one. No one wants this nigga. Cuphead? You're reaching, bro. Me gunner for Cuphead, dog. You're fucking reaching. Yo, what? Yo, that's hard. That's hard, low-key. And it even has the soundtrack. That's fucking dope. I'm making that bitch. Yo, that fucking... The Cuphead one, dog. Cuphead, the nigga uses his fucking finger. Yo, that's hard. That's hardcore as fuck. Yo, release one more character before you leave. Just give us a fucking teaser. January 28th. I'm asking that day off right now.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that
That's
plays
hard.
when fighting Cagney Carnation.
That's hard.
I hope you enjoy these as well.
That's lit.
After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
That's hard. Getting that motherfucker, yes.
And now, onto the amiibo.
Hey, Dark Samus looks pretty
Dark
hard.
Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does, low key.
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
This shit looks good. I gotta give him that. It does look good.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete.
Violet.
The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
Oh.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start,
This
we
nigga was
intended to
tired.
make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on.
This nigga is tired. He's been working his ass
There
off.
really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you
He's
a
right
whole
there.
new style of play.
And that nigga's dead. That nigga's dead.
As I stated, we'll continue to
no
release
making
more
that back.
DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Yes! Let's go! Even more fires in the development. Let's go. How many? We got 5 more? 11? 6 more? 6 more fighters? Holy
Looks like there'll be
fuck!
1 more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
All Challenger Packs will be
And now that it's
released by
official, we
December
intend to move ahead with
2021.
development.
But we're
Of
gonna
course,
make a whole
like last
fucking...
time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed.
Yo, that's fine. Waluigi.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchased it.
I'm getting it.
Furthermore, the new editions
Okay,
have
Corey.
already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them.
Yo, your Twitter's lit, bro.
But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2.
the fuck?
Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Oh, shit. A Breath of the Wild?
It's
Oh!
a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda.
There you go,
Breath of
Corey.
the Wild. This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
This shit today, you already know.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world. Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales.
God damn.
However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is #1.
It's hitting that shit hard.
Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
I can see that.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
Yeah, because you worked so hard on the motherfuckers.
The first
Niggas
Fighters
add
Pass just
6
wrapped up,
more, bro.
but it was decided that there will be more DLC,
6 more
which
DLC.
means no breaks for me.
Hell no, nigga.
I
You
plan
don't
to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Bro. 6. 6 more, dog. 6 more, dog. Nicki Minaj for Smash. All right. 6 more, dog. 6, bro. God damn. Six. Oh my God, bro. 6 more DLC characters, huh? One of them gonna be a Fire Emblem character. We already know that. We already know one of them gonna be a Fire Emblem character. It comes out on January 28th, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask that day off now. Yeah. All right, Corey. I'll see you later, bro. Oh man, that was crazy. That was wild. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna end this shit off. That was wild as fuck. Let's do one of these. Intermission. Bam. Let's go ahead and go back to. God, that's wild. That is fucking wild. Damn. All right. We're gonna end it off on what we started on.
No more heroes, it's hero the king.
All right, boys. Y'all have a great one. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, this is the video for today.
Travis, it's kill or be killed.
love for this otaku assassin. Pulls me up just to send me crashing. Difference is easy, doesn't bother you. Take what you can and leave. Cause there's no more heroes. Yeah, there's no more heroes. Nowhere to go for your Jedi-minded